Ukrainian astronomers are making a bold claim about the moon. A paper from researchers connected to Ukraine's main astronomical observatory says high-speed telescope footage captured more than 20 unidentified objects near, or apparently moving across, the lunar surface. The authors describe stationary objects flashing in repeating patterns, and larger disk or toroidal objects that appear to travel over the moon. Some are estimated to be dozens of kilometers wide, with extreme speed estimates. The paper even proposes the moon could serve as a UFO base. But that conclusion is not established fact. The size and speed estimates depend heavily on whether the objects were truly near the moon and not foreground objects, atmospheric effects, or processing artifacts. Still, the footage and methodology deserve serious independent review.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Akim, after the four corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. This is Tashara Kwamath of the GMS Dallas camp, coming at you with a quick hit. Lord's willing, is edifying unto the hopeful elect. So as you can see in the video previous, they are coming out and saying that UFOs, who we know as IFOs, all right, because we know what those chariots are, or what those vehicles are, all right. They're the chariots that we held by Shemiel Shai, okay, and they're coming because they have been spying out the land, all right. They've been spying out the land, and they're coming back for the deliverance of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. Okay, those ones that have been down here, which are the ground troops, standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Okay, I'm just going to jump straight into the scriptures, and hit a couple points because this is prophesied to come. All right, so they're setting up, from what my new perspective, but how about Shemiel Shai is setting up for a full invasion, and that probably scares you other countries, or you other ethnicities, the self-proclaimed white man. He's the first one that's in fear because he's about to meet Yahweh Shemiel Shai as he is in his angelic form. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna jump straight into the scriptures. This is Zechariah chapter 5. I'll start at 1. It says, "Then I turned and looked." Well, it says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked." It says, "And behold, a flying roll." All right, and that flying roll is a chariot that can change its size at will. Okay, but continuing on, verse 2, it says, "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. All right, the length thereof is 20 cubits. All right, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Okay, so this chariot, it was a nice sized chariot. All right, but the chariots can change their size at will. In other videos, it said that it was between the length of 25 miles, 20 to 25 miles long. All right, so a chariot 20 to 25 miles from the perspective where I'm at right now is from here to Dallas, okay? Or it's from here to almost outside of Fort Worth. Staying in Texas, we get a large, swath of land, all right? But it's still, just one, all right? they said it was 20. Okay, and that's just the starting troops because it's supposed to be uh, um, millions of millions. Because this is going to be the best show coming. All right, how about Shemiel Shai's movie? All right, this is the ending credits. All right, but yeah, Salaki, getting off task. Let me continue. Verse 3, it says, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the earth." Where so like they goeth forth over the face of the earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as one, so like as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Okay, and who the one that stealeth? Esau Edom. All right, because he steals the souls of men. Better yet, let's get that. I think it's Exodus 21. Is it 21 and 16? So like, give me 1 second. Yeah, Khan. This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 16, and it says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hands, he shall surely be put to death." All right, so he's going to be put to the sword because Yahweh Shemiel Shai, all right, he's coming back to redeem the nation of Israel that has been scattered around the four corners of the earth. Okay, because we were put in cargo slave ships, all right, as a punishment, all right, because we fucked up, okay, and it's lucky for my speech, all right, but that's the sentiment of this, all right. We messed up, and because we messed up, all right, this was the position that we were put in, you know. But yet, Salakia, I'll pull that Baruch. This is Baruch. Might as well start at 3. 3 and 10. You know. I'll start at, man. I'll start at verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach, and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh Shemiel Shai, our power." So this is the reason why we're in Babylon the Great. This is the reason why we have been in every captivity up until this point, because we messed up, transgressed the laws, law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, and because we did that, we lost our sovereignty and protection. Okay, and that all stemmed from Yahweh Shemiel Shai. These other countries, these other nations that came together and had a tumult and put the whole nation into captivity. All right, this is a history, of our people. Okay, but I'll continue reading. It says, "Hear, Israel, the commandments of life." It says, "Give ear to understanding, wisdom." Well, so like to understand wisdom. It says, "How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead?" Damn. Because we are waxing old in a strange country. This is pertaining to everything that is going on with the nation of Israel, which considers you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans of Negroid descent. Okay? Hell, Puerto Rico, is dealing with a water shortage right now. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It doesn't, but again, I'm going to go back into it. Verse 11, it says, that thou art counted with them that go down to the grave. So you're counted as a heathen, okay? Because going down to the grave is shawa'al, okay, which means hell. You know, we're counted of a people that's in hell. We're in hell right now. This is our hell, okay? Because we have these other nations ruling over us. All right. Uh, I'll keep going because it says, "Thou hast forgotten the fountain of wisdom." We've forgotten. Well, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the 2/3 have forgotten Yahweh Shemi Shai power. Okay, that's our strong stay. That's our mighty protection. Okay, Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's the reason for the season. Without him, there is no reason. All right, we're just perpetual slaves, time in and time out, and that's what Esau wants, because Esau is trying to stay on top of this money train. Okay, but how about Shimei Shai? He's about to spoil Esau Edom because he jumped in the game and fucked up the field. He stunk up the field. Okay, it says, verse 13. It says, "For if thou hast walked in the way of Yahweh Shimei Shai, thou shouldest have dwelt in peace forever." Okay, we should have been dwelling in peace forever, but since we fucked up, since we messed up, since we dropped the ball, all right, on the 1 yard line, football reference, since we dropped the ball, 2,000 years ago, all right, whenever those Jews, Slovakia, they tried to kill Yahweh Shai, which they did kill him, but Yahweh raised him back from the dead just to show his power, just to show him that he can do all things. Well, just to show us that he can do all things. All right, and it's the same thing that is going on with the nation of Israel right now. All right, because we were in a dead state, but it was the Most High that brought us back to remembrance of who we are. Okay, and is now giving us breath so we can speak these things. All right, openly to you and everybody across the four corners of the earth. They get how by Shemi Shai ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay, I'll continue on. Verse 14, it says, "Learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, all right, that thou mayest know also where is length of days and life, all right, where is the light of the eye and peace." All right, because Yahweh Shemi Shai is coming with healing in his wings. All right, he's about to bring us all peace. All right, we're going to be dwelling in safety forever. Okay, and the way that he's going to do it is he's going to use those things that are skimming across the moon right now. All right, that has been in the earth, over the elect, protecting the elect. All right, for this time to come. All right, because the prophecies are popping off the page. All right, all these countries are in the Valley of Jehoshaphat right now. They're just waiting for a spark in that powder keg. Okay, all right. The MOTB is being issued, but the Most High is going to wait until Esau fills his belly. Wait until he get nice and full, and that sleep comes upon him. Then the Most High is going to strike. He's going to be, an adversary against our adversaries. All right, that's what we have been waiting for this whole time. A build-up process has to happen. All right, because the Most High wants a good movie. Hey, just be happy that you in it and you're not an extra. Okay, but hey, Salaki, I wasn't trying to make this long. All right, but how about Shemi Shai is working? What's that? Psalms chapter 119, 126, loosely paraphrasing, it's time for you, O Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, to work, because they have made void thy law. All right, and those that have made void are you, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which you are of your father the devil, Esau, Edom, and all these other nations. They think that we were counted out, but Yahweh Shemi Al Shai has made a major power move. Hey, but with that, hey, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Achamat on the four corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. Look up, because your salvation comes nearer than you once believed. Shalom and shalom.